Hello and welcome to the 5th and final installment of the Smashers as Pokémon series. If you enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like to show your support for series like this in the future. Of course, it would be rude of me to force you to wait any longer. So without further ado, let us get into the final 9 Smashers as Pokémon. Pac-Man! I'm very sorry that this list is going to end up containing a few normal type Pokemon, however, guess what? Some of these characters are just so bland and generic that there's nothing else you can actually give them. Pac-Man is this case. Pac-Man is very basic and he has nothing special going for him. He isn't very powerful and his typing is pure normal because nothing else actually suits him. His stats overall are mostly in reference to his bulkier structure and his more physical approach to attacking. I gave him plenty of health, since I relate characters that eat a lot with health for some reason. His ability is scrappy because of his constant ghost eating. I'm sure Pac-Man knows how to handle ghosts at this point. Mega Man! Mega Man is the super fighting robot. Primarily, he's a steel electric type due to his entirely robotic self. This robotic body also gives him fantastic defenses and good health as well. His physical attack is lacking, but he's got great special attack to back it up. In terms of those abilities, he has Solid Rock, which can let Mega Man do decently well as a pure steel electric type without having to worry too much about those ground types. Solid Rock is also a slight reference to his Japanese name of Rockman. His other ability is Protein. This is because Mega Man is very well known for taking the power of bosses in the game, and he has a very diverse moveset to make use of Protein effectively. His fire, wind, water, rock attacks, I'm sure that literally every attack that he has can be turned into a Pokemon type. Sonic! Sonic is all about speed, sporting that beautiful speed stat of 200, beating literally every other speed stat available. Sonic, sadly, is also a normal type. I know everyone's sick of the typing, and I wish that there's something that could have been done otherwise, but there's actually nothing else you can possibly give Sonic. Unless you want to argue he's a flying type. No, he's not. Oh, he's a fighting type. No, he's still not that. Thankfully, he's the last normal type on this list, and I couldn't be happier. His stats overall focus on speed, with some great physical attack added in. His ability is No Guard, since honestly, you think Sonic is gonna miss an attack? I felt like it would make him a lot more threatening if he was guaranteed to hit you first with a good attack. Lucas! Uh-oh, people aren't gonna like me for this one. Lucas is surprisingly similar to Ness in terms of abilities, typing, and even stats. I felt like in ways they're supposed to be considered equals. Lucas is Mother 3's Ness. But of course that doesn't mean they're not different, of course. Just very similar. And I copied the ability in typing since they fit Lucas just as well as they fit Ness. The ability to regenerate health and use telekinetic powers and psychic abilities altogether, the stats are the big change, where Lucas thrives more in psychic power than Ness does, using PK Love for that devastating up smash, and using more psychic attacks in general with his tilts and aerials. His defenses and health are slightly less, however, to make up for the extra power. His speed is increased, however, since in Smash, Lucas actually runs faster than Ness. Roy was a charm to make. He's a semi-clone to Marth. It's weird having Marth, Roy, and Lucina all on the same roster still, honestly, but hey, at least Roy was given a new typing. Roy was granted the beautiful Steel Fire type due to his use of a fiery sword. I wanted to make sure that he was a little more unique, however, and I learned that his sword was more effective against Manikeets in Fire Emblem. Manikeets, for those who don't know, are dragons! Roy's ability, Binding Blade, allows fire attacks to be super effective against dragon types, which is quite the buff. Speaking of buff, Roy's stats are incredibly beefy! Compared to Marth and Lucina, he has a much higher physical attack, as well as slightly more speed. Sadly, his special defense is heavily lacking, and that doesn't fare well for his secondary fire typing. Ryu! Let's be real, no one would ever want to fight Ryu. His optimism and determination to win is unmatched. Ryu is the most respectful fighter in the game, and as a martial arts master, his pure fighting type is quite justified. His stats are targeted for physical combat, however he does also have Hadouken, so his special attack is still not half bad. He has above average health and textbook average speed. His abilities are Inner Focus and Guts, which may help him achieve his goals. Inner Focus is a direct reference to his focus attack, and Guts being there for general purposes seems fitting. Ryu being poisoned would only make him fight harder. What a legend. Cloud! Cloud is a monster. However, as with every character, I want to make sure that everything is relatively fair. His typing is Steel Psychic, as his sword is, steel, and then Psychic because of his limit ability as well as his power to float, which is quite Psychic-esque. Not to mention that his stats in Final Fantasy for magic and strength are equally balanced. But nevertheless, here they are not balanced because of Cloud's main weapon being the Buster Sword in Smash. His limit is the beautiful Limit Break. It's actually the last unique ability, but it's a good one. It allows Cloud to get powered up if his health reaches half. His stat total jumps from a relaxing 590 to a broken 640! Limits are indeed meant to be broken! Corn! Finally, a water type! And Corn is actually surprisingly difficult to make a Pokemon, despite actually resembling a Pokemon herself. In terms of that typing, Corn is a Manakite, so she's a dragon. However, she specifically is a dragon that attacks with water, so the typing seems quite obvious actually. Her stats are very balanced, focusing on physical attacks once again, because that's what she uses. Defenses are equal, and her speed is very lacking sadly. Her abilities were the hardest thing to come up with since I didn't want to make another new ability or anything. They both seem relatively fitting. Water Veil, of course, being in reference to her water typing, because I real honestly couldn't think of anything else there. And Multiscale being in reference to the dragon typing. There wasn't really much canonically that I could have added instead, sadly, but this works out just fine, I'd say. Bayonetta! Time for the climax! Oh, finally, the entire reason that I started this series has arrived! Bayonetta, the Umbran Witch, might be a little controversial for her typing. While I was tempted to make her a Dark Fairy type, similar to King Dedede, her association is directly with the demons of hell. Something tells me that doesn't work very well with a fairy typing. Bayonetta is a Dark Ghost type. Dark because her overall theme is very dark. It suits her well. Ghost because of her pact with infernal demons. She's able to summon these monstrous creatures which have the essence of death. Her stats are incredibly powerful, as she sports a grand 150 attack stat with good defenses and speed backing her up. Her ability is Speed Boost, which is essentially in reference to her witch time. The longer she stays alive, the more you'll attack and the more she'll speed up. So that was it. We're done. Guys, oh my god, I cannot believe it. Thank you so much for everyone who has supported this series. Thank you to all the new subscribers it has given us. Thank you to everyone just for watching. It's been a fantastic experience creating this thing. Of course, in the future, we plan to do more similar stuff to this, where we go over like a script and whatnot and have an edited video. I feel like it could be tons of fun. In fact, we actually have an idea right now, which might be going out eventually. I'm not sure when. Hopefully, we'll have it done and solidified by, it's in May. I'm not going off a script anymore for those who don't know. It'll be in May. So of course, here are all the stat cards I plan on having. I'll show you all of them. Just a nice recap. Oh look, I bet by now we're at around like Duck Hunt maybe? I don't know. What else? Oh, of course, if you like Smash content, Smashing on the Couch is coming back sooner or later. One thing we're waiting on mostly is Discord to add screen sharing. Jesus Christ, guys. We'll get that to you eventually. Just hold out a bit longer. I have a lot of people I have to play now, and we have a system that'll work very well. So I look forward to that. Of course, we have a ton of other Let's Plays that we do here on the channel, so if you haven't watched those, go feel free to do it, because honestly, they're very fun. We enjoy playing games and just hanging out, having a good time. And that's what we're all about here at the Council Couches. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any suggestions for videos that you'd like to be done in a similar style to this, please hit me up. I'd love to consider doing it. There might be one extra video on this, perhaps. I don't expect it, but there might be something similar to this in the future, turning things into Pokemon types. It's something that I want to continue doing because it's something I very much do enjoy. It'll be done in a different style though, so look out for that. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, and we'll see you next time.